Hi, thanks for tuning in to Ben Smoking. Today is Memorial Day. As a civilian, I didn't ever understand the true meaning of Memorial Day. I always thought it was just a day off of work. But it is much more than that, especially knowing so many veterans and active duty military, that it's a day of remembrance for those who've been lost. Last year, we had a loss of a dear uncle on my wife's side of the family, and she introduced me to him, Uncle Esteban, and it was really nice getting to know him, seeing him at different events outside of family event time, to learn that he was a Army tank battalion leader. I really appreciate what he did to keep our freedoms. And to my friends that have served, well, we're going to go ahead and give a moment of silence for those who we lost. Thank you. And with that, this is a review of the Florida Sun-Grown Black Angus. This is a very cool cigar brought to me by my buddy Whelan. It is a Dumbarton Tobacco cigar, limited edition from Corona Cigar Company. This is a very cool cigar because it's something that Saka doesn't blend too often. It was quite a challenge for him to get a good balance on this, because a lot of people were not sure what to do with the very ligero Corona leaves from the Florida Sun-Grown. I'll list the blend info, but I looked this up a little bit just because this is a special cigar. It has Ecuadorian Habano Viso Rosado wrapper, a special San Andreas binder, the Ligero FSG, and a Angelica Criollo. I've never heard of that. I've been getting into plant botany and understanding the different seed varieties. I am going to have to dig into that one because I have not seen that be used anywhere. So we got a kind of rustic wrapper, but still smooth. It has a slight curved edge, box press, very firmly packed peg cap. The band is really cool design. I love the black and gold, very good color pattern. Can't quite get it to focus. But yeah, been pretty excited about this. Sorry for the delays, Whelan. I know you gave this to me months ago, but a lot of people have been saying that it was good to let the cigar rest and give it some time. Smoking it a little bit earlier than others that are waiting, but I thought today was a good occasion. So I know I probably could have just pulled the pig cap, but we went ahead and gave it a cut. I'm gonna go ahead and do my best to slow burn and toast the foot. Okay, I got a really nice, slowly toasted cigar. The aromas are very rich, but nuanced and quite enjoyable. A lot of sweet, savory vibes going on. This is a really cool size, limited edition at Corona Cigar Company. Not sure if this is working to be at anywhere else, but I really appreciate you sharing this one, Wheelan. Wow, this thing is bold. You definitely got the strong Ligero going on. Maybe too much through the retro as the first retro. Go a lot slower introducing yourself to the cigar. Very savory, very savory. I got a lot more in the front end that it was just overpowered by the smoke. A lot of smoke production. I wasn't expecting that much on the first draw. Sweet. I have some coffee, but I do taste roasted coffee and savory spices. Check back in. The Black Angus and Dumbarton Tobacco and Trust. Okay, so we jumped back in right away because it has mellowed quite a bit, even after like the first 3 draws, letting it really rest between each one. It is balancing out quite a bit. It was just really in your face when you were first getting the initial light. It got a little bit flaky ash. There is quite a contrast of heavy Ligero in here. But I've been learning to like Ligero a lot, so I'm really happy with this cigar. Almost like a buttery smoke texture. I get more than just the. This is a collab between Osaka and Jeff B. I'm not going to butcher your last name, but he's known for having the cattle ranch. And I did my barbecuing yesterday, and in my carne asada, it had a nice fatty sections where I'm getting that right now. I'm getting like the tallow, buttery savoriness. This is an excellent cigar so far. I am really liking it a lot. I don't love the price tag on it, but so far it's treating me really well. We'll try not to check in too soon, but just wanted to share that it does mellow out quite a way. It's still a really bold cigar, but it was just so in your face in that first 2 draws, and then don't even draw it too quick. It's gonna stay lit. and let it rest between each big draws, because this thing will beat you up with the Ligero. You treat it nice, it's gonna treat you nice. Dang it, I messed up. I was trying to turn the video back on to give these notes, but I accidentally hit the windshield and the ashes fell off. I got a vacuum. The Florida Sun-Grown is a Corojo seed. Corojo 99 Ligero. I'm getting a twanginess. I try not to look up too much on the flavor profiles that they suggest. I'm not getting the decadent chocolate. I get a little bit of the roasted coffee. Get a lot of the savoriness. I'm getting the twang. On my own, I'm getting the tallow fat butter, kind of like the really fatty pieces of the Black Angus steak that have a little bit of char to it, but buttery texture, very long finish. This thing stays on your palate. Take your time. Do not smoke this one too fast. It gets better if you smoke it slow. Not a big rush, especially that the flavors hold up. It's very good. And we are checking back in. We've approached into the second third. Still very full body, long finish, very well balanced. I got to take my hat off to Saka. This thing is excellently blended. A little bold for my natural palate, but this is quite a treat. I don't gravitate towards cigars like this too much, but I concede to its great quality. The flavors are excellent. It's definitely a high quality savory cigar. The strong twanginess of the Florida Sun-Grown Criollo 99 Ligero is great. I don't think that there's a better expression of a cigar like this. It's bold. Smoke it slow. Nice flaky ash, but still nice. The draw on this is great. Had to touch it up a few times. Not anything real crazy, but just want to keep it burning semi-straight. So been touching it up with the soft flame. Trying my hardest not to mess up the burn. Tasty cigar. It's cutting it pretty close to the band. We're gonna go ahead and remove this thing. I like going in these cigars blind, but I couldn't help myself of looking into the blend. The Criollo filler is also a leaf that's used in the Todos los Dias. Pretty cool. Very bold cigar. I could feel the nicotine kicking up, but it's smooth. I'm glad that I didn't smoke this right when you gave it to me, Whelan. It is benefiting quite a bit for me taking my time with it. Construction's been great. just minor touch-ups just to keep the burn line from going too crazy. So I got to take some points away for that. But second, third, very pleasant. We'll see on how this thing crescendos out, if it does. Oh, and we should do a retro hail. The sting on the retro is pretty bold, but as long as I do it slow, it's okay. Savory pepper, savory spice on the retro, at least like a 6 or 7 on the sting. I like it. I think the soft box press does this a lot of justice. The wrapper has held up really well. Flaky ash. A lot of smoke production. And we're just about done. Great cigar. It definitely ramped up a lot of strength, but great smoke, full flavor. I paired it with Colombian coffee with no creamer, and it was bringing out the nice coffee notes in the cigar. Thank you, Whelan. I really am glad I got to smoke this. I think the good resting is great. I think the smoking it slow is something that has not been talked about enough, especially with the heavy Ligero. You need to smoke this slow. I'm gonna rate this thing A tier, just because the little bit of wrapper I had to touch up, and needing to, it's just strong. It's not something that I would smoke super often, so I would not get a box. I'd at least get a 5-pack. They're a little bit pricey. I hope that they get released in more places. Excellent. Super good. Very savory. Reminded me of some barbecue. I would definitely smoke this again. Thank you for tuning in. Ben Smoking.